Hey, so I know I haven't uploaded in like a while, and I think I have a good excuse why it's called AT having no ideas, but I haven't done a tier list for AT yet, and I usually do these for certain types of games that have like multiple aspects of a certain item, like in this game, stands. So let's just get right straight into the video. First up, we have is Shadow World Requiem. I've seen a lot of people use this in ranked, and they are very sweaty, but like not to the point where you can't counter them. For me, I'll put this at like a above average A. They're not cancer to fight, but they're hard to. But they're beatable. They're beatable. White Snake, holy, this guy is crazy. People in ranked, yo, they be searching out these 400 damage infinite combos, and they're like so hard to get out of. Like I don't even want to. Like I have to social distance away from them in order to actually do my combos. And like these guys are just so brain dead to use. Like I'll put him in A just because the infinite combo, nothing else. Broly, okay. This guy is a definition of a nightmare because he has like a counter to everything. This guy has like a homing range to move. Not only that, whenever you're trying to barrage him, he has like a aura move that like pushes you away, which basically doesn't allow you to do your barrage. I would put him at like a low S, but he's up there. So like if you're good with him, you're good. Like low S, that's it. Okay, the new Candy Colette spec, I've seen it in action. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's like very OP. Like it's actually balanced with its like 2 stuns and ranged moves. I would say it's the most balanced stand in the game, aside from like D4C. But like, and for it to being a knob, so I'll put like a high B because it's not up there with these two yet, since it's balanced. All right, next one is C-Moon. All right, C-Moon is really underrated. I have gotten destroyed by C-Moon users because, well, I think they did something with him that I didn't really realize. But when I used C-Moon, I was like, yo, this stand is kind of trash. Not gonna lie. And it's probably because I was using off-stand moves, but other C-Moon users, they're like actually pretty good. So I would put him like around, I would put him around like maybe, it's either A or B. I'll put him high B, cause he isn't overall broken. Alright, Dawn. Oh my god, this guy. Dawn is a little crazy. After they nerfed him with his Counter Strike sending you back a little bit, but like even that didn't really stop people from doing insane combos with Dawn. So this is just an automatic A for me. Alright, D4C. What I like about this set is its counter. It's like pretty unique. I like the voice lines for it whenever you counter. It does have a very cheesy way of play style, like a really cheese play style. And you can actually glitch your jumps when you do Y, off-stand Y. So whenever you jump, you kind of go to the left or right a little bit, which is a little funny to use to your advantage. I'll put him in a low A because he's a little bit better than Candy Colette. Oh, Gaster. Oh boy.
Gonna cry?
I'm bamboozled. I don't even know what to do. But for this guy, I barely see Gaster users, but like the only broken move is integrity because those I don't know. Those razor blades are kind of crazy. Like, they do some dumb damage, but like, other than that, none of his moves fucking work. That's it. Like, I feel like if they actually made Gaster work and his quest able, like, to be fully completed, I'll put him in the A. But I just see a lot of people running off this. So, like, no. But next up we have is Goku. Alright, I've seen a lot of Goku users in ranked, and they kinda... I'm sorry to say this, but they're kinda trash. They go through like 10 phases, and I'm still able to kill them, even in their MUI form. Like, it's just dodge or you just hit them to like lower the amount of time they're in that form. And I feel like, although it does have some really good damage output, Goku can be easily punished if you use the moves at the wrong time. So like, I'll put him in like a high B, because I feel like compared to all these characters, I feel like Kenny Cutlass can actually beat Goku. Maybe. Next up we have his Golden Experience. Alright, this guy's just brain dead. It's just Barrage and then Heavy Punch. There's really nothing else to do. You could spot a Scorpion, that's cool and all. You could put a tree down to go into your Gur form. Get over there. I don't even want to talk to you, bro. Alright. Star Plat Requiem. Now, my opinion is that this guy's kind of trash. Because, like, some of his moves are hard to hit. Or some of the good moves, because, like, J... it's literally across your entire keyboard. I don't know how to hit... Like, it's hard for me to hit that, but not anymore for me now. Actually, never mind. It is still hard for me to hit. His arrow throw is the most inaccurate thing ever. His arrow prison is the most inaccurate thing ever. His combo is the most inaccurate thing ever. I don't know how people use him. And I've seen a lot of people in my comment section be like, bro, you're just bad at the game. Just get good. You're so bad. I'm like, wow, alright, I see how it is. I did try maining Star Platinum Requiem. If I say, like, if I'm comparing Shadow of the World Requiem to Star Plat Requiem, then obviously I would say like Shadow of the World Requiem is better, due to it having like more close combat capabilities and more easy to use moves. But like, if you main Star Plat Requiem and you're actually good with it, then please show me how, because I really don't know. But like, in my opinion for this one, I'm putting it in a high B, because I know it has potential, just not for me. Next up is Gojo. Alright. Gojo. Alright, I'm just gonna say that his domain expansion is kind of dumb, because every time I get like a Gojo user to low, I feel like I can hear them pressing F across the screen. Like, they're just spamming that shit, like... That's literally dumb. Like, holy shit. Other than that, I feel like, as Gojo being the best spec in the game, okay, that's a little bit opinionated, but, like, for the best spec in the game, I feel like it's being put in an A, because I could see it doing pretty well in certain situations. Like, it's really good for teaming. Like, no, but when you're the one getting teamed, obviously. Like, you can gather a bunch of people. Hollow Purple is insane. Blue is also really good. Red, like, those are all just really good for like AoE and stuff. And Air Palm, it's okay if you hit it. Next up we have is Killer Queen. Killer Queen is, the potential is insane. I have to put him in an A, right? Like a solid A. Like no in between, like just solid. Like no low or high, just solid A. Because when I went to high school, like as like a 10th grader, I met a friend and we played AUT, right? And he said he made Killer Queen. I'm like, why? He's like, oh, why you say? Well, let me show you. This guy did 100 damage combo on me, and I was like running. I was running. This guy was scared, and I truly saw the potential of Killer Queen. This guy's insane. Like LMB, barrage, LMB, escape plan, LMB, and then off stand is crazy. It's solid A. Next up we have is Kilowatt. Alright, Kilowatt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use Kilowatt in ranked. But if you know how to like actually use him, then he's actually pretty good. He even had an infinite combo once, which made him pretty broken. If you had good ping, obviously. And his Thunder Stun is kind of crazy, which equals free combos for Kilowatt user. For me, I would say probably a B, since like I feel like Kilowatt's really easy to counter, because I feel like a lot of his moves had a lot of end lag, so that's what makes it punishable if you miss it. Okay, the King Crimson is just dumb, just dumb. Actually, you know what? A low S. Alright, some people might not agree with me on this, but if you're a King Crimson user, I'm pretty sure back then, when you pressed Y, you would lose at least 25 health. And that was a really good trade-off for something that, that's like free damage. But they did recently add this, like, marker to where, like a 1 second marker that indicates when they're gonna do their Y attack, but I don't think that matters because that's so hard to go away from. And like Y is just free damage. Once you get an LMB in, it's just GG's. Good job, over. You're done. It's just solid A. Solid S for me. Just really low though. Next up we have is Made in Heaven. Alright. I may be a little bit biased towards this stand because I do main Made in Heaven. It is very hard to use once you start off because of its how would I say it? Like all of his moves would teleport you up, so like it'll be hard to calculate where the moves you do would go to. But once you start using him more and more, you will start to get where the moves would go, which can really be good for your benefit since they don't really expect you to do any moves. Or like moves that like launch you forward. Now for me, I'll put him high A. Or I could put him at S, but I've gotten clapped a couple of times. Obviously, Made in Heaven does have a few weaknesses that can be countered, since I've gotten destroyed a couple of times by other stands. But just solid A for me. I'm not gonna be too biased. Alright, next we have is Sakuya. Alright. I've said this a couple of times in my videos, but I'm not gonna say stop running. Obviously, it's a ranged stand. They can't really do anything about being ranged because their close combat capabilities are kind of trash. Like, there's so many flaws with Sakuya. I feel like they should actually like rework her, because her R doesn't like. Her R won't hit if the first hit doesn't hit the opponent. So if you miss the R, well, GG. Free combos. But, well, no, not but, and her time stop's like 3 seconds. What the hell am I gonna do in 3 seconds? Steal someone else's time stop? Yeah, maybe I could do that actually. But, yeah, that's funny. But in terms of PvP capabilities, if they're just gonna keep on running and just throwing knives, then I'm putting her in a C. Alright, next up is The World. Alright, The World is a solid A for me. I had so much fun using this guy. He's so broken. The fucking time stop, knife, and donut combo is just so dumb, and it's like a guarantee free damage every time. It's so fun. It really is. Next up is Nocturnalis. Alright. They can either be the most brain dead person in ranked or the smartest person in ranked, because Nocturnalis users, they usually start the battle of T, which makes them really predictable, but the bleed effect along with the insane amount of damage they do is kind of crazy. Oh, but if I were to be me, I'll put him in S, just for the damage output and the bleeding effect, just not the player who is using them. Obviously, the sand's crazy if you know how to use it. Only even requires a brain to even use to begin with. Next up we have is a Tusk Act. Is that 3? Or is that 2? I can't tell. Wait a minute. I didn't get us 3, that's 3. Tusk Act 3. Okay, you know what, to be honest, there's really no difference between Tusk Act 2 and 3. So, like, I'm putting in C. Because I fought with Tusk Act 3 before. There's like no difference between Tusk Act 2 and 3, and if they compare, Tusk Act 2 is just so much better. But we'll get onto that later. Next up we have is The World Over Heaven. People say this is like the by far one of like the best PvP stands for ranked, due to its high damage output, long time stop, the chip damage on the knives. I've seen a lot of people, but after they, I've seen a lot of people talk about it, but after they nerfed the time stop damage, due to The World Over Heaven having a really dumb time stop damage output, I'll put him like solid A, since it's counterable, I would say that. And a lot of people who use this are kind of sweats, so yeah. Alright, next up is Xkara. I've never seen any Xkara mains. And if I'm not gonna lie, Xkara's LMB hitbox kinda sucks. And I think that's why they're reworking Xkara. Since I feel like the only good move is kinda just ground control and really nothing else. Like, it kinda sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Next up is Planet Shaper. Planet Shaper, it actually does. It's capable of defeating a few people, since Wing Glide is really unpredictable and it's really free stun the enemies. You can actually do a Ground Slam, which does pretty good damage, and I'm maybe a little bit biased here. I feel like Planet Shaper is by far like the best looking design stand in the game, and it has like the best moves, like move animations, because I feel like it looks pretty cool. So like low B, because it's capable. Next up is Omnitrix. Alright, this one's really underrated because I've seen a lot of people use Omnitrix, but like I don't see them fully using it because they either just switching to Accelerate or just Heat Blast. I don't see them use Crystallize for shit. And if we're talking about like Omnitrix in URF, in URF it's dumb, but like in ranked, I don't see anyone using Omnitrix, probably due to its like people don't want to like switch out and in do like stands or like like each different versions of a monster. That's why it's like that's like a really big punishment, because when you're switching out, the enemy can just rush you and you can't really fight back. So yeah. Alright. Next up is what the hell is this? Oh, it's Reaper, it's Reaper. Awaken Reaper. Reaper? Huh. I will put him in a high A, because I've used him before. He's pretty hard to use. I don't know why. It's probably just a skill issue for me, to be honest. Reaper is just... it's pretty hard to use. Like I feel, and the moveset's got a little bit boring. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about how well it does in PvP. In terms of PvP, it could do like 150 damage combo, which I guess it's pretty good. It's good, but for me, it's not that great. I just use Reaper because of the skins. They just look great. Next up is Sans. Alright, Sans is a little bit brain dead due to its stuns, because like the stun range for his moves, because it's kind of dumb. And if it were allowed in ranked, I would see people getting destroyed. But I see my friend use Sans, and he's actually pretty good with it. Actually, I'll put him like solid A, maybe B actually, high B or low A. I'll put him low A, since he is very annoying to fight, and like the only thing that can really counter him is like just time stop or just Because like people run with stands. Just not as much as Sakuya though. Next up is Shadow Dio. Alright. If you use Shadow Dio, you're probably the glass cannon in every almost RPG game that ever exists. Because whenever I meet a Shadow Dio in ranked, I'm just gonna be like, oh. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just not do anything. You can have the free win. Yeah, so there was one time where I even fought someone in ranked, and they had a Shadow Dio, and I wasn't even in Diamond 1. I was still like mortal newbie rank, and then when I got 3-0'd by them, they're like, "I'm so sorry, I really am." I'm like, why? Man, I'm putting in a solid S, bro. If you know how to use them, GG, bro. You kind of destroyed the entire tournament. It's just the ultimate glass cannon. Next up is Soul. Huh. Alright, Soul is a little bit opinionated because I've seen someone use Soul in a diamond rank, and they did kind of destroy me. And in my opinion about using Soul, it's that I would say it's okay. Some moves are counterable, because like Soul's kind of really predictable if they know what they're gonna do. Intangible Punch is hard to land because it has a wind up like 2 seconds. Soul Stars also has a wind up of like 2 seconds, which is hard to hit. But like if you actually know how to use Soul, I will put him in an A, like a solid A. Next up is Stanless. Alright. Stanless users are kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, cause I've seen them hit their counters so many times to the point I was actually really shocked, and I was actually a little bit scared of them. And they can do some dumb damage, so I'll put them in like a high A. And I was genuinely surprised that when AUT decided to make Stanless like a spec you're able to main, because that actually adds some diversity, like throughout other JoJo games, because you can't really main Stanless in other JoJo games because it's either just punch and heavy punch for every other JoJo game. So yeah. Next up is Star Platinum. I have PTSD from this guy here. Whenever I see someone in ranked using Star Plat, and they start walking, they don't even start sprinting, I'm like, alright, yep. They're waiting for me to get close to them, they're gonna use Starfinger, they're gonna do some dumbass combo, and yeah. But that's also because I didn't know how to block back then, so that was probably a skill issue for me. But these guys are still pretty good. They're really good. Like 2 beatdowns, a time stop, like 3 ranged moves, like Suckin, Starfinger, his gun. He even has a heal. And his time stop's instant, so you can't really like prevent him from time stopping, which is really hard. So, really good. Star Plat the World. Alright. This stand is, like, I'll put him in a solid A. Because beginner-friendly combos, really easy to learn. Really simple, easy stand to learn. Has a beatdown, can heal. Off-stand moves are really easy to combo with, if you know how to. It's just a really easy stand to use in general. And the damage output is insane as well, for like a beginner-friendly stand. So, solid A. Nothing else to say. Alright, Tusk Act 2. Now, although I would say Tusk Act 2 is like a really huge improvement from Tusk Act 1, because you get like more moves and just overall, you get a horse as well, and you could do Awakening. Actually, I think. Actually, you know what? I think Awakening's forever is Tusk Act. But here's more moves. There's really no difference between Tusk Act 3 and 2, and I feel like Tusk Act 2 is just so much better than Tusk Act 3, because Tusk Act 2 you get like a horse as well, and you don't get N-lag for the G move, because you don't go underground, which kind of sucks, because you get punished for being hit. Tusk Act 1, alright. A high D, because I've actually clapped people with Tusk Act 1, and it's crazy. And yes, no shit, I ran because I only have like 2 moves. But Tusk Act 1 is very... you can actually beat people in Tusk Act 1 with ranked. Well, it's... the chance of you winning is really unlikely. Due to them having a better stand. But, yeah. Alright, Tusk Act 4... I made Tusk Act 4 before. It's a little bit brain dead. Because it's just Barrage and then Skull Bash. And if you hit the beatdown, well, GG, haha, funny, and then Dark Determination. I'll put him very high A. Because it is counterable. Apparently, Plant Shaper is a really good counter to Tusk. Apparently, I don't know. I don't know how, but that just doesn't make sense. Alright, The World High Voltage. This guy's also brain dead because it's just rinse and repeat, literally. And I would say, if y'all had a fight with Tusk Act 4 and The World High Voltage, the fight's gonna be longer than me taking an SAT test. But other than that, alright, Yon and Yasuo. Alright, I know they just nerfed these two. Well, they're gonna nerf them, I think. They're gonna nerf them, yeah. But in the current state right now, I will put them between solid and low S. Because, actually no, I'm putting solid S, never mind. I have to reconsider my choices here. Since Yon, obviously Yasuo is better than Yon since Yasuo has more combo extenders. But Yon is a little crazy due to him having like arranged moves. So like if you're trying to run Limphao, no, he's gonna catch up to you. But other than that, that's basically it. And then the last one, save the best for last. Umbra. Most brain dead stand to use in the game. And when I mean actually brain dead, I mean it's more brain dead than White Snake in every other stand because oh yo, it's so dumb. It really is. The stand is just brain dead.
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的设置。主演钱和乐、罗斯、福波斯尼、瑞秋、莫妮卡和一些其他他妈的。
The heavy hit is crazy. It's just combo extenders, combo extenders, combo extenders. You can't, like, once you meet an Umbra, you might as well just leave the game to save your time instead of being humiliated by them. But yeah, that's basically it for the entire tier list video. I do have another video I'm working on, but it might take a few days or some more if I don't procrastinate, but yeah. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.